That is what we call the driving force. And a man cannot be different from the force that drives him. This evening, I don't care what you drove in here. Maybe you drove in an Avalon. What really matters is not what you drive, it's what drives you. For Jesus was driven by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Jesus arrived before the temptation. And it was when he saw the nature of the terrain that this temptation was going to take place, he decided of his own free will to adopt the way of fasting. Fasting was not the reason why he went to the wilderness, but he went there to be tempted of the devil. It was a platform for temptation. He was not advised by his father to fast. He decided to fast deliberately in view of the fact that what was going to happen there was what? Was temptation. What is fasting? It is starving the flesh to stuff the spirit. What is fasting? It's to make it intentionally impossible for your flesh to be what will respond when you are under pressure. What is fasting? It is a mechanism by which you are insulated from the things that generate activities and responses from carnal men. What is fasting? It's a means by which this flesh can be weakened. When you find someone that talks too much, give them 7 days drive. On the 7th day, they won't talk. The flesh needs to be fed for it to be energized enough to carry out its wiles. So when you decide to cripple it, you decide not to feed it, its capacity to be active will reduce. Then you can have more control over circumstances and over situations. In preparing for temptation, Jesus shut down every form of feeding process. And the only valve for feeding that was open was the spirit valve. So that you could be overly bogus in the spirit and almost non-existent in the flesh. That's how to respond to life. Some of us are too fat. You are investing in the wrong things. Those things you are investing in will be your undoing when the issues of destiny matter most. And Jesus came into the wilderness. He was already prepared by the time Satan showed up. And when Satan showed up, Satan's concern and the subject of the temptation was about Jesus' designation. Because Satan said, if you are the Son of God. Because Satan was able to scan Jesus and to see the impact of the weight of fasting. What came up on the computer was hunger. And Satan doesn't contend with brute strength because he doesn't have it. He looks for the weak point. And the weak point is an ancient. So you don't fight him with current statistics. He knows your great-grandfather, that it was alcohol that crippled him. He has history at his fingertips. He will exploit you in the same grounds that he found success among your ancestors. Because he's an ancient. The contest and the content from whence he will launch out at you it is established in history that there was success in your lineage along that line. You don't go to Harvard School in London to prepare for a temptation. You will be grounded. You starve the flesh and you stuff the spirit. Hallelujah. Listen. When Satan showed up, he found the weak point, and that was hunger. Then we have a discussion.